What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of our NBA 2K22 Road to the GOAT series. As you can see in our last live stream, we didn't do pretty bad, man. I think we started out 0-1 before the live stream, and during the live stream, we played like 4 or 5 games, and we ended up winning all those games. It was a pretty relaxed stream, wasn't stressing too much about 2K, just playing the game and chopping it up. And I definitely need to live stream a lot more, man. I always have been saying it. I want to live stream more, and I think again towards the end of the month I want to live stream once again, probably more closer towards the end of the week, like a Thursday or a Friday, and we'll just see how that goes. So expect the stream to be coming soon in the coming weeks, and just have some fun playing 2K. NBA season is winding down and it's time for the playoffs, and at the time of me recording and doing the voiceover for this video, there's 2 play-in games today. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Brooklyn Nets, and then you have the Los Angeles Clippers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So 2 good matchups here. Should be a very interesting time and night of basketball. I don't really have an opinion on who will win, but it's just wait to be seen, because I do like the Cavaliers, but the Nets, I think the Nets are going to pull it out. And I say I don't have an opinion, but I'm giving my opinion here. So I think the Nets and the Clippers, they're going to pull away from this first day of the play-in tournament. So in this matchup, we have the Phoenix Suns going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. No surprise here that we're facing the Milwaukee Bucks. It's either the Bucks or the Golden State Warriors when you're in the greatest of all time league and you're trying to get those tier 1 victories. You're not going to see a lot of diversity in the teams your opponent chooses. So this will be the full match here. Not a very long game. The winner is still yet to be determined. It's not like one side pulled away and another side pulled away, but something did happen at the end of this game where the game got cut short, and we're just gonna see who walked out with the victory. So I'm down by 2 points, snatch blocked by Giannis, man. And this is why I get so tired of playing against the Bucks and the Warriors, because those teams, their defense is going to be on 100. And their offense is already going to be on 100 too. So it makes it very challenging to play with the Suns. The Suns are a pretty good team, but the Bucks, they could do basically whatever they want. But nonetheless, I'm just trying to play 2K and enjoy 2K. So we have the ball on offense, swinging around. Drake Crowder against Bobby Portis, pump fake, got him jumping, was able to hit that shot. So with the NBA season winding down and 2K being probably about 5-6 months away from release, and I'm pretty sure they're working on a new 2K game. Good play by my opponent here. What would you guys like to see in the new 2K game? Whether that be in any game modes like playing online, my NBA, my career, my team, any of that. What would you like to see from 2K, and what would they add? What would you want them to add? For me, because I only really play Now Online, all of my requests would come from Now Online. And my biggest request would be that to just change the tier system, not to change the tier system, but to change the format of the Now Online. Like, instead of it just being a head-to-head matchup where you only get 1 win no matter the type of tier you are going up against, they should revert back to the 2K16 format where you would get extra wins based on the team you picked and the team you were going up against. Like if you had a tier 3 team and you won against a tier 1 team, then you would get 2 extra wins, and that makes it a lot more enjoyable, because now it's really on the onus of the person who's playing the game to go in with the mindset of that, okay, they picked a pretty bad team, but they're willing to risk that for 2 extra wins against an opponent who might not be good or who may be good. So I wish they would bring back that 2K16 format. I didn't think they even needed to change it. And I don't know how likely that is going to be, because it seems like 2K kind of just left Now Online to the wayside, And that's something we still have to wait and see. I don't think we're going to get another Now Online update in a very long time. It seems like they're stuck with this format, and because Now Online doesn't involve any type of microtransaction, it's not a high priority for 2K at the time. So my next request, and I think this would be a simple request, and I don't know if this request or if this issue affects people in play in my team, excuse me, but I would like the menus in the Play Now Online screen when you see what team your opponent has chosen. I would like for those menus to work properly, because when you go through the menus, those menus, if you try to make a selection, it'll be off by selection, or the things you want to do or the changes you want to make, it won't be right, because it seems like the selection or the menu it's just really off. So it's something that you kind of have to see, and I wish I put an example in the video. But the menus in the Play Now Online, in the versus Play Now Online menu, I really want them to be fixed. The third thing for me is to save defensive and offensive settings in Play Now Online. I know they tried to make a better attempt at saving it, but I don't think it's to the point where it should be. I would realistically have general defensive and offensive settings, and then for teams that I need to have special cases for, like a team that can shoot the ball pretty well, like the Warriors, or a team that I know can pound the paint pretty well as well, like the Bucks with Giannis, that's where it'll save me time to have my general defensive settings, and then I would just individually modify each of those players. That's something I wish 2K had, where those defensive and offensive settings stayed the same, and I didn't have to spend like 2 minutes in the game menus while my timer's running out making changes and stuff. And sometimes you forget to make changes and things, and it's kind of annoying. So my fourth request, and I think this might be my last request here, is more of a gameplay request, man. And the thing that bugged me a lot about this 2K this year is that it was so easy to get to the paint or get under the rim and make those underneath the basket shots. It was very frustrating at time, and I found myself not even wanting to play 2K, because even I would admit that I would do the same thing, but I wish they would make paint defense more physical, or when someone's driving to the rim, make it a lot more physical with, I guess, animation, or make strength matter a little bit more on the defensive side. Because in this game, you can see here that I try to put the strongest guy on Giannis, but Giannis, yeah, he has good strength, but he's just bodying JaVale McGee down. Like, JaVale McGee doesn't even work out, and then he hits that tough shot. And so that's what gets me frustrated playing this game. And you see that all the time. Guys are just force their way to the rim until you jump, or until you get out of position, and they'll go up with the shot. And because in this year 2K, good move by Devin Booker there, Euro step getting that layup to go. And because the underneath the basket shots are made at a high percentage, it's like almost everybody go-to move. And so that's one request I would have for 2K. Just make paint defense a lot more physical, or don't make underneath the basket shots such a high percentage. So I'm playing the best defense I can, but because Giannis is right underneath the rim, you know, you would think in real life NBA he would hit that shot, but 2K and NBA, you can't really have it on the same level, because I thought that was good defense, and maybe in real life Giannis misses that. And look, I might miss that with Devin Booker, excuse me, might miss that in real life. So I don't know, man. The paint defense, it's hard for me to try and gauge on like what should go in and what not should go in. But I think it really starts with like allowing the guys to get so low into the paint, and you don't really have a good enough user control to, you know, stop your opponent from getting so deep into the paint, because they always try to force their way into the paint until they get something to go, right? So that's my last request. My assessment of 2K overall this year, I do think 2K21 was better, and maybe that's because there wasn't a whole lot of cheese, or it's whatever, but I do like the gameplay for 2K21. I kind of feel like 2K22 was a little bit fast at times, and I didn't play it as much as 2K21. I mean, the graphics and everything, they look amazing. Playing online really basically went unchanged, but the gameplay and everything, I felt like it was a lot easier to shoot in this year 2K. I mean, you had the shot meter off and you were wide open. I mean, even with the shot meter on, you were making a high percentage of wide open shots. So I would also like to see shooting become a little bit more difficult, but you know, that's still wait to be seen in 2K23. And let me know if you guys are getting 2K23. I most likely will get 2K23, but we'll see how that go. Hopefully they, implement some of the requests I had and some of the requests you guys had as well. But let's get back to this game here. 18-16. I'm trying to hang in there. I can't let my opponent get too far off, and I'm just trying to play the best game that I can. That's why I kind of like doing live streams more, because I'm not solely focused on playing the game. I'm kind of more focused on interacting with you guys and asking you guys questions and chatting it up and stuff like that. So it's a lot more relaxed, and I play a little bit more carefree. Whereas if I'm playing like offline, I tend to take it a little bit more serious. I try to limit the mistakes I can to my best ability, and sometimes it leads to me being a little bit too conservative. So back to this game here. About 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 19-16, down by 3 points. Devin Booker really hasn't done a lot for us. He's collapsed in the paint, knowing DeAndre Ayton can't shoot, and that's a good decision by my opponent, because I had to go up with that with Jay Crowder, because Ayton was too far up and I didn't think he was going to make that mid-range, but he possibly can, and that's why I said I have to be a lot more aggressive instead of conservative when I'm playing these games like that. So D-Buck has the ball, top of the key. Jay Crowder throwing it down with one hand. I thought that one was going to get blocked, but I got saved. Well, I didn't get saved. Jay Crowder came through for us, and he was able to convert that dunk. So now my opponent is going back to a huge mismatch in Devin Booker against Giannis, and we were able to get him to pass the ball out. So now I know he wants to go back there again. Backing down Devin Booker, I call for the foul, and we're going to add 7 seconds back onto the clock. So just a bit of strategy there. I knew I was going to foul at some point, but it just really had to be when. Usually I want to try and foul at 14 seconds, but it didn't work out in that case. And my opponent was able to score again by getting his way to the paint. I don't know why the defense wasn't physical, and I thought DeAndre Ayton would be a perfect matchup to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo, but apparently not, man. Giannis was just going off, and I don't know why, because if you try to play off of Giannis, he just speed boosts his way to the paint, and then you have him posting up. I can't do nothing. I'm trying to fight against him. I'm playing tough defense, but that's the bread and butter in this year 2K. So 23-18 now. My opponent, he's kind of pulling away. I'm still trying to figure out something to get the offense running with the Phoenix Suns, and DeAndre Ayton throws it over Giannis' head, and now we finally scored. 20-23, less than a minute remaining in the first half. So Brook Lopez is at center. So now back on defense I go. I'm trying to play good on-ball defense. He calls for the pick. I'm like, okay, I could go under it. I just need to cut off Giannis. You see, he gets all the way down, and then I put my hands up because I don't want him to get such an easy contest, and that's the issue where I really find myself. Like, how do you even defend that, really? Because I can't I'm trying to block him off, but he's still getting to the paint, and the times, if you don't contest, he's going to make that, and if you do contest, it seems like he just makes that as well. So good defensive possession there by my opponent. He's on the fast break opportunity, decides to slow it down. 20 seconds remaining, and he's going to get that one down low to Giannis so easy, man. 27-20. So he turned up in this second quarter pretty quickly, and I had to call a timeout because I did not want this game to get out of hand. In addition, you guys let me know if you're gonna get 2K23. I'm pretty sure I asked that earlier in the video, but since the NBA season is winding down and the season is going to be soon over soon, I should say, would you still find yourself playing NBA 2K22 playing online, or NBA 2K22 in general, or do you tend to go to other games when the NBA season is over, or it just depends on how good 2K is this year? I think for me, and I've kind of already started, I want to play more MLB. Madden probably comes out in the next 4 months, but that's a long wait. So for me, I would play more MLB, and because we made it to the #1 league, it doesn't really matter about getting the trophy, but it's just like some type of goal to have there, right? It's just really about playing the games I like, and I really like playing MLB, and I want to play more of that, and I'm gonna post more of that. So just the question to you guys, what do you find yourself playing when the NBA season is over, or when 2K season is officially over and we're just waiting on the next 2K to release? And I almost forgot to mention, while I was in that menu and I was looking at the player stats, I was trying to find which player had the highest strength to guard Giannis. And you can see here, I'm gonna try and make that adjustment of put in, I believe, Bismack Biyombo or JaVale McGee on Giannis. And we just have to see how that goes, right? So at this point in the game, it's not looking too good for me. I mean, we still have a lot of time to come back, but the offense that we're running for the Suns, and I didn't run my get shooters open offense. I just let the computer run whatever plays they want. And it was decent enough play calling, but we're down by 7 points. Our defense could always improve, but you know, just have to make adjustments into the second half. So most likely the last possession of the game here, Chris Paul trying to get to the rim. Can't get that layup to go. I try to go back up with it. I get the ball back once more. 5 seconds remaining. Devin Booker getting it down low to Ayton. Can't hit that one over Bobby Portis. I'm like, wow. Ain't no way the Bucks defense is that good. I mean, Ayton over Portis, I would think he would be able to hit that shot, but apparently not, man. And that's going to send us into the beginning of the third quarter, where he gets the ball, and now he has an opportunity to just run away with this game. But something weird did happen when my opponent just paused the game, and he never really came back, and he ended up quitting out the game. So we did end up winning this one. I'll take the victory no matter how we can get it. But that layup is crazy how Jrue Holiday hit that. But my opponent did end up quitting it. So we have 3 more games to try and win. Thank you guys for the support. Let me know your feedback and everything, and I will see you in the next video.